Sir, keep your hands where I can see them.
For what?
You were circling the block. That's suspicious behavior.
That's called doing my job.
Well, your job is making neighbors nervous. I need your ID.
DEA, I'm in the middle of an active narcotics operation. Good thing your body cam is capturing all of this. Perfect for the lawsuit.
On a calm suburban street, under a bright afternoon sky, a new police officer turned what should have been a routine patrol stop into a career-ending disaster. His body camera recorded every second as he confronted a black man casually standing beside an unmarked car, composed and with hands on his hips. But when the officer demanded identification and started escalating without reason, the man's response froze the situation. What the rookie didn't know was that the man he tried to stop wasn't a criminal. He was a federal agent undercover in a major drug investigation. That single reckless choice didn't just reveal the officer's bias and incompetence. It would cost the police department $10 million. This is the story of how one rookie destroyed his career in under 3 minutes, caught on body cam, revealed in court, and remembered as one of the costliest mistakes in the department's history. Before we continue, tell us where you're watching from. If it's your first time here, subscribe. Stories like this need to be shared, and your support helps bring truth to light. August 22nd, 2024, Phoenix, Arizona. The Axon body cam started recording at 3:12 p.m. on a Thursday in a quiet Phoenix suburb. Neat lawns, silent streets, the kind of neighborhood where HOA rules matter and anything unusual gets noticed. Officer Ryan Matthews, 23, fresh from the academy by 5 months, patrolled with a dangerous mix of eagerness and inexperience that often made him mistake normal behavior for crime. His evaluations had already flagged issues: overly aggressive in traffic stops, difficulty distinguishing reasonable suspicion from assumption, but these warnings hadn't prevented him from graduating or getting assigned to the streets. Matthews noticed a man that caught his attention. A black male, late 30s, fit build, standing near a dark sedan, glancing at his phone in the street. Matthews considered this suspicious. To most, it looked like someone waiting for a call or checking directions. What Matthews didn't know, and couldn't know because of communication gaps, was that this man wasn't a criminal. He was Special Agent Marcus Williams, DEA, with 12 years of experience. Deep into the 4th month of a long surveillance operation targeting a fentanyl network through suburban Phoenix, Williams rotated cars to avoid detection. He'd been tracking a suspected dealer living just a few houses down. The surveillance required precision and discretion. Any interruption could ruin months of work. Matthews' patrol car slowed, the body cam capturing him watching Williams. A black man, nice car, quiet neighborhood. Matthews' limited experience read that as potential drug dealing or house casing. He turned on his lights and pulled behind Williams. The agent immediately noted the patrol car. His concern was not personal, but for the operation. A police presence could alert suspects. Staying calm, he calculated how to resolve this without blowing cover. Matthews exited his car, body cam recording, hand near his gun, stride purposeful and aggressive. Matthews's posture signaled he intended to assert control. "Sir, keep your hands where I can see them," he called out from yards away. Williams complied, hands on his hips, non-threatening. His voice remained steady. "For what? You were circling the block. That's suspicious." His expression showed restrained frustration. That line was ambiguous, innocent enough, but hinting at complexity Matthews didn't grasp. Matthews heard only defiance. "Your job? What job involves circling a block?" he demanded. Williams tried to de-escalate. "Officer, this is sensitive. I need to speak to your supervisor immediately." Civilians requesting supervisors usually have authority, but Matthews read it as a challenge. "You're not making demands. I'm investigating. License and registration." Williams weighed his options. Revealing too soon could ruin the operation. Refusing risked escalation. "I'll reach into my jacket slowly. I'm not armed. I'm retrieving my ID." Matthews' hand moved to his weapon. "Stop. Don't reach. Keep hands visible." Williams complied, adding warning in his voice. "Officer, you're making a serious error. I'm trying to prevent a mistake you don't understand. The only mistake is your refusal to follow lawful commands." The body cam showed the standoff. Williams, calm, hands visible. Matthews, aggressive, hand on weapon, voice rising. A neighbor stepped out, recording with her phone. Matthews, aware of the witness, made the choice that would end his career. Turn around. Hands behind your back. You're being detained. Williams didn't budge. Detained for what? I haven't broken any law. Suspicious activity, refusing commands, obstruction. None fit. Williams moved slowly toward his jacket. I'm reaching for my credentials. This will end this and likely your career. Ever seen someone remain this calm while being profiled? Matthew's voice climbed. Stop, or I'll tase you. Williams's hand moved deliberately, not fast, not threatening. I'm a federal agent, he said, showing his DEA badge and ID. Matthews drew his taser. Hands up. Williams held the credential case, showing badge, ID, rank, and years of service. Federal authority that transformed the encounter. I'm DEA Special Agent Marcus Williams. I've been on this operation for 4 months. Your lights just alerted every target within 6 blocks. Matthews lowered his taser. I didn't know. There was no notification to local patrol. The neighbor recorded, audible. He's DEA! Oh my God, the cops stopped a DEA agent. Matthews radioed, shaking. Dispatch, needs supervisor, priority. Williams closed his credentials, calm fury beneath control. You approached without reasonable suspicion, ignored my requests, drew a weapon during a federal operation, and compromised months of work. Williams called federal supervisors grim. Operation compromised. Target scattering. 4 months wasted because a rookie saw a black man in a car and acted suspicious. A supervising sergeant arrived. Matthews looked pale. Torres, another officer, observed. Williams held credentials. Professional rage contained. Sergeant Chin asked what happened. Williams summarized. Unlawful stop, racial profiling, compromised surveillance, drawn weapon, all on video. Chin's expression darkened. You stopped a federal agent undercover. On what grounds? Matthews muttered, he was circling the block. That's barely observation, not reasonable suspicion. Williams prepared to leave. Officer, you assumed based on race, ignored de-escalation, drew a weapon, and ruined months of work. I will file a formal complaint and pursue civil rights action. He drove off. Matthews understood his career ended in spectacular failure. DEA filed formal complaint within 2 hours. Matthews had interfered with an active federal investigation through racial profiling and an unlawful stop. Refusal to call a supervisor and drawing a taser on a federal agent demonstrated poor judgment and excessive force. Operational damage included 4 months of wasted surveillance, scattering targets, and lost federal resources. Phoenix Police Chief reviewed footage, emailing, catastrophic, no reasonable suspicion, racial profiling, weapon drawn, costly mistakes. Internal Affairs opened investigation. Preliminary report noted stop lacked legitimate basis. Escalation despite calm demeanor. Repeated supervisor requests ignored. Use of taser excessive. Academy records showed prior warnings about aggressive tendencies and poor judgment. Institutional failure as well as individual error. DEA filed operational reports, financial losses, and witness statements detailing scattered targets. The impact wasn't just embarrassment. It was measurable loss. Federal funds wasted, criminal network escaped, Phoenix PD exposed to liability. Matthews' union pushed for suspension and retraining, citing lack of malicious intent, but body cam evidence contradicted this. Aggressive approach, refusal to escalate properly, weapon drawn, ignoring federal credentials. Internal Affairs recommended termination. Matthews violated department policy, constitutional standards, and interagency protocols, destroyed federal investigation, and exposed department to major liability. Termination was upheld. His law enforcement career ended after 5 months. Do you think he deserved a second chance, or was this it? Share your thoughts. Williams filed a civil rights lawsuit 4 months later, claiming 4th Amendment violation, unlawful seizure, 14th Amendment violation,
racial discrimination, interference with federal operations, and emotional distress. Evidence was overwhelming. 3 body cam angles, civilian recording, academy evaluations, DEA damage reports, expert testimony on racial profiling. Phoenix offered $400,000 to settle. Williams refused, saying, "It's about accountability, not money. The pattern must be exposed." The trial included jury selection, with some jurors familiar with law enforcement and some from communities often stopped by police. Prosecution highlighted body cam footage. Matthews approached without reasonable suspicion, refused supervisor, drew weapon. Defense framed Matthews as a young officer making an honest mistake, but the body cam showed escalation without cause. Jury watched Matthews aggressively approach, Williams calm and requesting supervisor. Taser drawn, badge revealed, Matthews realizing the catastrophic error. Williams testified about profiling, operational damage, ongoing stress, PTSD risks. Cross-examination revealed Matthews' inconsistencies. He claimed he would have stopped anyone, yet Williams had been calmly standing by his car. Expert witnesses supported the claim. Standing by a vehicle is not suspicious. Racial profiling is documented. Closing arguments. Prosecution emphasized assumptions based on race, escalation, weapon drawn, ruined operation, and need for damages to deter. Defense argued honest error, no injury, trying to protect community. Jury deliberated 6 hours. Verdict: liable on all counts. Damages: $10 million. $7 million compensatory for violations, operational loss, trauma, and $3 million punitive to punish and deter similar conduct. If you were on that jury, how much would you award?